What's up, brother? What up, bro? I'm about to show you exactly how to grow your back fast, bro. This is the no nonsense method. The first thing you need to understand is you need to do lat pull downs, but it's not as simple as you think. You're probably doing them wrong. For the longest, I was doing them wrong. You're probably doing them standing straight up and just pulling straight down to your chest. What you need to do is lean back a little bit. That little 15-degree angle of you leaning back makes the world of a difference when you're doing these pull downs. You do it nice and controlled, you get that nice squeeze on every rep. I guarantee you, this is really what's gonna make the difference in your back. It's so easy to go to the gym and feel hype, like, oh, I wanna lift as hard as possible. You're banging your music, you're thinking about things that made you mad. And yeah, sure, it's good to use the gym to channel out that aggression. But if you're doing the reps incorrectly, this honestly is holding you back and making you get less progress than you should be getting. So here's an actionable step for you. I want you every time you go to the gym to actually pay attention to your form, bro. Don't just lift hard, let out sheer aggression. No, we want to be precise. We want everything to be optimized for the most growth, for the most results. And that comes from sweating the small stuff, as I say all the time. The little things stack up and make the big thing. It's like the domino effect. You flip one domino by itself, it doesn't do anything, but it has enough momentum to hit the next domino, which hits the next one. Next thing you know, the whole line of dominoes is fell down. The next thing you're gonna want to focus on is rows, and it's super important for the thickness of the back, bro. So when you want to do these rows, you want to keep your back flat. Make sure that elbow is driving straight up. You're probably thinking, well, this guy's telling me the basics of a row. I already know how to do that. You may not actually know as much as you think, bro. Crazy story. The other day, I was at wrestling practice, bro. Mind you, I've been wrestling for 10 years. And my coach corrected me on the most basic form, a single leg. Mind you, this is my best takedown, the single leg takedown. And I was doing it incorrectly. My form was off. Like, he's like, no, no, you need to have your hands above the knee. And I was like, what? I was taught that in seventh grade. But somehow through all the repetition and sometimes practicing the bad habits because I thought I had it down good enough made me start getting off with the fundamentals. I need you to actually listen to me carefully. Do not let your ego get ahead of you. Don't let yourself think because you've been working out for X amount of years that you're too good for having proper form, for reminders of the basics, because you're not. None of us are. The key is to be a student of the game. You should constantly be wanting to learn something every single time that you get in the gym. Maybe looking up a video and be like, okay, let me try the set this way. This is how you actually speed boost your progress. It's not by making huge jumps. So say life is like stairs. People think that they can just speed jump 3 stairs at a time and just hop their way up to the top, but that's not how it works at all. You're going to need to take literally one step at a time. It's that simple. Once you get to the next step, then you worry about the step that's ahead. It's crazy how often it is for people that are really experienced to forget the basics. It actually does happen a lot more than you think. Like, quick story time. I remember about a year ago, I was doing lat raises in my apartment. And this guy came up to me and he was like, no, 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 you're doing it wrong, bro. You need to do it more like this. He corrected my form for me, right? But the arrogance in my head immediately started thinking, well, why is this guy trying to help me with my form? Like, look at his physique. Mine's better. Automatically going to the defensive, not thinking, what is this guy trying to show me? Maybe he wants to help me get better, right? So I ignored it. I kind of like, did the thing like when you're talking to your parents and you don't want to listen to what they're saying. You're like, yeah, yeah, okay. But your whole brain shut off. Yeah, I did that. Then it took me months later until I realized, oh, shoot, I actually am doing my form wrong. But you know what happened at that point? I almost tore my shoulder because of I was doing the form wrong. And I was looking up, well, why is my shoulder hurting? And then it said, boom, this is the right form. And I was like, don't make this harder on yourself than it actually has to be. It doesn't need to be this way. You know the saying, a hard head make a soft behind, man. And the Bible tells us you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. That means you should be listening twice as much as you are speaking. Third, we got training the traps. Now, the traps is super important because the traps is what really makes the whole back pop. So to grow these traps, you need to focus on doing the dumbbell shrugs. And you probably think you're doing the shrugs right, but here's what I want to challenge you with is lifting it a little heavier, right? This is something that I struggled with back when I was at Michigan State and we were in the weight room. I'd always grab weights I knew I could shrug because I knew like the heavier ones, they were a little more uncomfortable. It made me sweat harder. I was scared of, oh, it might hurt me. It really wasn't. And this mindset that you might have too actually might be holding you back from getting the success you want when it comes to your physique. The thing that you really need to do is seek discomfort more often because that is what gets you to the next level. In these early levels, especially, the most important thing is just raising the bar over and over again. And it's not like you raising the bar up to level 10. No, 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 no. You're raising the bar from level 1 to level 2. It is very slow and incremental. And the key is, in order for you to get to where you are, to the physique you want to be, is just getting through that gray area. That gray area is when you're doing everything right. You're getting the sleep, you're doing your diet, your form it looks awesome, but you still don't see results. And this is where most guys will quit. So I won't even lie to you. You're probably better than 80% of guys that just go to the gym and after a few weeks they don't see results and quit. You're ahead of those guys. Now to get to that top 10%, 5%, you just got to endure the dry part, the boring part where you're seeing small gains because in a couple months, 3 months from now, 4 months from now, your future self's going to be like, dang, I look awesome. I'm proud that I stuck this through. I got through that period where I wasn't seeing results, and now I see it. The first time you look in the mirror and your freaking back looks like a lot more defined, you're gonna be like, dog, that's awesome. Like you're gonna get a random compliment from a guy in the locker room when you're taking your shirt off, and he's gonna be like, dang, bro, I didn't even know you had back muscles like that. Then that positive reinforcement clicks in, and then you have more fun at the gym because now you have more self-esteem. Now you have more confidence. I always say this, bro. It's way less than you think about the girls. It's a lot more about how you feel about yourself that changes. And as long as you push through, you will get it. I am so serious. If you need help building your dream physique, book a free call with me, link in the description. Watch this video next. I'll see you there.